This weather has really been cramping my style. I was supposed to go on a camping trip September 27th, I believe, was a Friday. And of course it got canceled because of Hurricane Storm Debbie. I got a full refund, so that's good. I have another one coming up, and I don't know what's going to happen. If there's going to be a hurricane coming that weekend or not. I don't know what the devastation or the debris in the places that I want to go camp to is going to look like. If these parks are going to be limited in the trails that you can take or the places that you can swim, kayak. I honestly have not felt so much peace and joy like I have in the times that I've been out in nature, like really out there. Not just like right now I'm sitting in my backyard and watching the rain, or like just going to a place here in my city where I live, like a natural pool, or like the Deering Estate, or like when I went to Wyoming and I spent several days there, or when I've gone on camping trips and I've been at least 2 days there. There's something about that. It's like medicine for me right now, because the way that my life is set up right now, it's not, it's just, it feels harder. Everything feels harder. I'm washing the area rug that is facing my back door, because right next to my back door in there is my cat, and right across from that door on the other side is his litter box. I don't know why. Maybe he overeats, because he has a food container that when he eats and the food runs out, more trickles down. I think I need to stop filling it. I need to just put a little bit of food in his bowl every day. But that's another chore. That's another bend down, pick up the bag, open it up, grab the scoop, bend down, put it in his bowl, put it back. So I fill it out of convenience, but I think he overeats. And because I've seen him when I have my relaxing days at home, my downtime, and I'm on the couch a lot because I'm either doing some knitting or editing some videos or watching TV or, whatever, waiting for laundry to finish so I can fold it. And I watch him, and he wanders over to his bowl and just eats a little bit, and then he does something else, and not even 5-10 minutes later he comes back and eats again, and then he does it again and again. I have seen him at least 4, 5, 6 times, like every 10-15 minutes. He can't control himself. These animals, dogs, cats, they can't control themselves. If you put an unlimited amount of food, this is why you see these giant obese dogs and cats. So I do have to limit it. But I'm washing the rug because he gets poop all over them, and I don't know how. I don't know. Is he just like leaking poop from his butt? I don't know. He goes into his litter box, he comes out, and I never see when it happens, but I find the physical evidence. It looks like diarrhea. So this morning I was late to work because I got up, I got dressed, I brushed my teeth, washed my face. I came out of my bedroom, came to greet him and say hi, bye before I leave, and I found the evidence and I stepped in it, and then I got in my slipper because I use slippers in my house, and it smudged on my floor. So then I had to put the slippers and the stuff outside. I didn't have time to even throw it in the machine. I just threw it outside, and then I had to like spray down the mess and clean it. And I'm currently trying to get new tires on my car, but for reasons that I'm not going to bore you with right now, it's been a little bit of a struggle. So they're outside, and they're very heavy, and I should bring them probably in here somewhere, put them in the corner, because I have them covered with a tarp, and every day that I come home I see the tarp is blown over because of this wind. And I gotta go back out there and I gotta cover them, and I try to tuck them under in between because they're stacked up, but they're very heavy. And it just feels, when I do things like this, like my brain hurts. Like I feel a headache come on, and I feel fatigued and exhausted. My hands hurt. I'm starting to get pain in my joints. And I'm just like, why is life so damn hard right now? I don't remember it being this. Has it always been like this? I mean, during the pandemic, during COVID, since you really couldn't do anything, I did have to always work. But I just worked and I came home. And I had 2 children. I still do, but they're teenagers now. They're 17 and 13. And boy, are they kind of challenging. I can't complain. I can't say they're terrible, because they're not. But they are a little bit difficult. Teenagers are not as easy as having like a sweet little 7 and 11-year-old, or, you know, a 5 and a 9-year-old. So when I lived in the house before this one, everything just seems a lot simpler. I seem to have had a lot more free time on my hands. And so I would do like little beauty treatments. I was making funny TikTok videos, and now I barely have time to keep up with the YouTube videos that I want to make. And I also am limited with the content that I'm able to upload, because I guess I can upload about anything, but you know, I'm trying to stay within my niche, and there is no niche at this point, because I talk about pretty much anything. I am the niche. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. No, I'm not a Swiftie. I like that line. So I just got home. It's a Friday, and it has been one of the most, one of the most insane work days I think I have ever had in the 10 years that I've been doing this career. Ever. We closed Wednesday and Thursday due to Hurricane Milton, and nothing came here. I'm thankful, because we could have had it bad, but we didn't. And I didn't waste the time. I made good use of my time. That Wednesday, the weather was just cloudy. It was barely windy. It was barely raining. I went and I took care of some of my errands and things for my vehicle, because I take my vehicle on my camping trips and I do a lot of driving. It needs maintenance and service. You know, the warranty is about to expire and things need to be taken care of. So I've been working on that. And things are expensive, so it's like, you know, one thing at a time. I did get screwed over by some company and found somebody better. And that's a whole other story that I don't need to bore you with either as well. But I tried to take care of some stuff on Thursday, but you know, I couldn't. The person wasn't available, so I stayed home on Thursday, and I'm glad I did, because I needed the rest. I did work on some of the knitting, like you saw in the last video that I made, which is actually a gift for someone else. And I just stayed home. I didn't really clean or do any laundry or any chores, because I just needed to. Look at this rain. I just needed to relax for like a day. My kids weren't home. My pet was in and out of naps and zoomies, hyper time. And I had just done a lot of laundry the weekend before. I think I had just mopped the floors a week or 2 before. I don't wear shoes in my house. You know, I take off my shoes at the entrance of the house, and we walk around in slippers or socks, so that floor stays pretty clean. I do vacuum every single day, but it's just a Passover, you know. But I gotta clean the litter box every single day, and I just feel so overwhelmed and tired. And so when I'm on a camping trip, out in nature, I'm not in my house. So it's hard for me to relax in my own house sometimes, because I have the sense of urgency to get up. Like if I have an Amazon package, it's usually not just junk that I order. It's stuff that I don't have time to go out to the store to get. Like toilet paper, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, deodorant, paper towels, you know, sanitary products, feminine sanitary products for myself and my daughters. These are all things that you can buy at the grocery store, or you can just put it on Amazon auto delivery. And when the boxes come, you gotta open them up and you gotta take everything out and unpack it and put it in the corresponding location in your house and break up the boxes and take them to the dump. And when the trash goes out, you know, you gotta bring that trash bin back in. You gotta take the trash bin out. If you know the trash is gonna be taken out, you gotta go collecting trash from all the bathrooms and from the kitchen and from anywhere you have the little trash cans and make sure it goes out. And it's just so many things. Adulting. My gosh, it's overrated as hell. I come home from work so physically exhausted that I just don't have the time or the energy to do very much. And so I try to exercise, and lately I've been not wanting to. But some days I also have a good strong appetite, and other days I have a very small appetite, so it kind of balances out. But I should get back to it. I really should. Today has been an insane day because all the patients from Wednesday and Thursday that could not come to the office because we closed due to the storm were all pushed together this morning. So the way that it works is that I'm an ultrasound tech, and there's 3 ultrasound techs, and each ultrasound tech has a schedule. Even though we share the work, meaning whoever shows up next, whoever's available, just grabs that next patient, and so on and so forth. We don't just do what's on our schedule. The phone people and whoever else makes appointments, they just throw patients on there. And one of our techs is on vacation, so it's just 2 of us. And they filled up all 3 rooms, and each time slot for an appointment is supposed to be for 1 patient. Every single time slot until about 1 o'clock was double booked, and some of them were even triple booked. That means the time that I'm allotted for 1 patient, I actually have to do 2 or 3 over and over and over and over and over from 9 to like 1 o'clock. And there's 3 rooms full like that when there was 2 techs. So it was insane, to say the least. And I'm tired. I think what's happening with us is that we used to feel more like people, us American people as a whole, so many people complaining about not having enough money and not being able to afford their rent and being tired of working and not wanting to do a 9-to-5 is because it doesn't feel worth it anymore. Because even though you have to do it because you need to eat and you need to have a roof over your head, at least I can maintain that stuff, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I make just enough for this and just enough for that. And if I spend a little for fun, for pleasure, for enjoyment, for a hobby, I feel guilty. And it's like, damn, I shouldn't feel guilty. Like, I need to be able to do something that brings me joy. And I think I'm pretty conservative, you know? But then there are people who can't at all, because otherwise they can't pay their rent or they can't pay their food. And I can imagine the feeling of having to wake up early and commute and spend all day doing something that is for someone else's bottom line at the end of the day, and bringing home a paycheck that is insufficient to live. It really, really negates the point. It's like, if it's not even gonna sustain my living, then I may as well make nothing and find some other way to live. But you can't, because what other way is there? You have to make a living somehow. I feel like 5 years ago, even though I made less, I was doing better than I'm doing now. How is that possible? 5 years ago, I had less stress than I have now. How is that possible? Is it perspective? Is it because we feel more stressed out? Because we feel like we're being rewarded less? Because the value of our dollar has decreased so much due to this inflation and shrinkflation that you hear people talk about, and you can't really enjoy your money like you used to? It's only for survival now? Where's the joy? Well, in nature, right? We have trees, we have plants. Nature's beautiful and quiet and peaceful, but these neighbors back here, they're really noisy. Really noisy. They play loud music all the time. They talk loud. The neighbors that used to live over there were renters and they moved out. So that place is now open for rent and I don't know who's gonna move in there. These folks are relatively quiet. No complaints there. But yeah, a small congested city is not ideal for a person who thrives on peace and quiet. So I'm gonna check on the laundry, put it in the dryer, and go inside. Take off this work uniform, take a shower, and try to relax. I feel like I'm constantly fighting a migraine or a headache. It's just always like there. I have this chronic cough that doesn't ever want to go away since I got sick with COVID a couple months ago. It's just always there. Today, the whole day, I could not catch my breath. Still struggling with it. I spent about an hour and 45 minutes in traffic, even though I left work around 3:15 because Fridays we typically finish work around 3, but they crammed everybody in the morning so that everyone else could leave by 3, which was not fair to us. I would have been fine with working till 5 today, even though that's not the norm for us. We work till 5 Monday through Thursday, and on Friday we work 9 to 3, but the morning was absolutely just not cool, not okay. There's such a thing in our field called repetitive motion injury, and so you have to practice good ergonomics, which basically means like your posture and how you position yourself, and you know, because if you do the same repetitive motion over and over again without practicing good posturing, you can hurt yourself. And I'm already starting to feel some pain, permanent pain, like chronic, every day, even on the weekends. Like you would think, well, that gives you some time to rest up. When I took like a week-long vacation, like 4 or 5 days off, then yes. But then when I came back to work, I felt weak again. Like using my arm would get really tired, and my hands and my wrist and my elbow, and I would be in pain again. So what's better? Should I exercise it or should I rest it? I don't know. But I'm done with this day. I'm 41, I'm single, and people want to ask me, well, why are you single? And my mom's like, well, why don't you date more? I don't have the energy. Like right now, I could go out on a date with someone tonight if I wanted to. And even though I want a partner in my life, I don't want to. Because a lot of times it turns out to be a waste of time. You go on a date, or 2 or 3, it doesn't pan out. Or it does pan out, and then you date each other for a few months or a year or 2, and then you find significant differences that are irreconcilable. And is that how you say it? They're irreconcilable? Yeah, I guess so. And you end it and you find yourself starting over. And I'm just so tired of the process. I feel like it's energy wasted. And they're like, don't give up, never give up. What if you find it? Okay, if you find someone that's great for you, fine. It's still gonna cost you a lot of work because relationships are work, and I don't think I have the energy for it. And yet, when being alone, I don't have the energy for it because I have to do everything myself. So like having a boyfriend that doesn't help me with everything I have to do for me is like the worst. What's the point? It's work to keep you happy, and it's work to maintain my life. So how are you helping me? How is this beneficial for me in any way? I don't know. Anywho, I'm gonna go put the wash in the dry and take a shower, and I will see you guys in the next one.